it's MK and I am here with Off the Board. That is the Brainchild series from Crystal Barrett, Pineapple Papers here on YouTube. I'm also playing along with the prompt for Scraptember 2023. This is the pin that I picked out from Victoria, who is on the 49 and Market design team this year. I absolutely love the little clusters that she got, but I don't have any of those elements that she is using. The prompt for today is fussy cutting. So what I picked out, which I'm not really sure how much fussy cutting I'm going to be getting in, but I picked out a couple of these branches that are left over from a Shimmers layout that I did. I've got this log that was gifted to me by Janet, a couple pieces from the Lakeside collection. This Gone sign is a doodlebug piece. I've got some fussy cut out mushrooms from Shimmers paper from March, some brads from also the Lakeside. I'm not sure if I'm going to use that frog or not, but just a bunch of random stuff that I have picked out. I also have this thicker set called Captured. I think it's a Maggie Holmes, but I'm not really sure. The colors really matched, and a couple good titles there that I'm not sure if I'm going to use yet or not. Also from Nature Study, I have this cluster kit that I've been working with, so I've got a couple pieces there that I think will really go good, but it's got ideas to put the clusters together, but I haven't followed it at all, I don't think. I think I did one. This is from Close to My Heart, and I think I'm going to fussy cut out a couple of these postage stamp scenery things. And the kit that this came from is called Change of Scenery. It was a kit that they sold for the month of May for National Scrapbook Day. So that's what that's from. And I also have the sticker sheet because I love this sticker here. This is my sign to walk away, based off of my photos. I'm not sure if I can pull in this journal spot or not, but we'll see. Also from Close to My Heart, I have this scrap piece of paper that is a from, I want to say 2009, but it came from a Victory set, and I love this camouflage going on here. I also have this beautiful plaid from Authentique, and it's from the Hunting collection. So I'm going to use that plaid, but it does have these bow and arrow in icons and whatnot on the other side, so I'm not sure. I have this piece also from Change of Scenery by Close to My Heart that looks like burlap, and then it's this beautiful green on the other side. So I might pull both of those in. And then for my background piece, I'm actually going to use this piece here from 13 Arts. It is from the Dreamland collection. I cannot say who designed that paper. Ada something. I don't even want to try to butcher her last name, but this paper is called Cozy Evenings. And I thought it would look really good instead of me trying to reproduce the mixed media background that was made. Plus, I like the fact that the little deer are hidden throughout the scenery. I only saw 2 deer, and by the time that I was done, I noticed that there was a 3rd deer. So I didn't even see that deer. But I thought it was perfect because that's what my husband practices archery for. So these are just pictures of archery gone wrong. My husband here sent me a picture of an arrow that he just broke, and then our stand sits on a table saw, and if you hit something super hard with your arrow, you're not supposed to use it again because it absorbed the shock from hitting it, and then it kind of damages the fibers in the arrow. So if you take a chance of trying to shoot it again, it might burst apart and cause more damage than just having a broken arrow. So anytime we hit the leg, which I have done 3 times now with my arrows, and my arrows aren't made anymore, so I'm kind of disappointed with that. But anytime that we hit these, we basically decommission our arrows and disassemble them and don't use the shaft anymore, and we try to get a new shaft. So I just wanted to document that because it's been a while since he has missed. And it's definitely been a while since he's broken an arrow. So that's quite fun to document, how the distance between when he last did this, which I'm going to have to say is about 4 or 5 years. since he has, well, missed, which is the photo on the right, and broken one. I don't think he's ever broken an arrow. So I thought that was pretty cool, especially with the fact that even the knock fell out of it, which is that red piece up at the top. And I like the fact that his bow is shadowed over the arrow. So I really like that photo. By the time that I'm done with making this layout, I really love how the layout comes out, but something looks amiss. Like it doesn't look like it belongs together. I'm not sure if it's the photos. I'm not sure if it's the layout. I don't know, but I really love the layout itself, but I just feel like something is wrong. Now, Janet did say that it could possibly be the fact that this gray photo here just kind of sticks out, because the other photo has that greenery in it that helps it mesh well with the rest of the layout. But I'm not really sure just yet. And maybe she is right. I don't know the answer to that. I just know that I love how the layout turns out. I just feel like something's missing. So anyways, I am going to go ahead and layer up a ton of these layers and things because I don't have all the frames that Victoria used in her layout. Now, I loved her layout. I love everything about her layout. I just didn't have all the framework, and I didn't realize that most of her layout is made from a ton of frames. Now, the closer I kept looking and looking and looking, her entire horizontal element, as well as what goes down and falls down a little bit, they're all frames. And it's like, oh dang, I tried my hardest to use up all my frames, so there's no way that I could even have that any of those. And I tried to look for other collections, and of course the other collections don't quite match the nature study collection. I was going to say natural something, but nature study collection, as well as the papers that I picked out. So I went ahead and just decided, you know what, I'll just make a big old giant mat with lots and lots of layers and make it work. And then of course I get to mix my manufacturers, which I love to do, which I didn't think I liked to do, but now I do love to do that. So I am working my way through mixing my manufacturers and whatnot. It makes it super easy to mix your manufacturers when you keep them in categories instead of in color. I have tried the whole keeping everything in a color format, and it just doesn't work for me. I actually end up, in all fairness, ignoring that whole stack of in color order papers. I have to wait until Janet and I do a series called Color Craze in order for me to remember to even look in that stack for specific colors and whatnot. And so it's not a very big stack. It's probably only about 1.5 inches high. I go through it quite a bit when I'm destashing because I just don't think I'm going to use those colors, and they definitely are non-characteristic papers, so they don't have a spot to live in, like my outdoor theme or my industrial theme and whatnot. So they do come in handy when I'm doing my Color Craze series. So I don't dwindle them down too much, but they definitely do get looked at very first when I go to destash, which I did a huge destash when I moved into my new room. I'm not sure when I'll do another one, to be honest. So anyways, here I am trying to look and see what Victoria did. What does she have? She's got a little element sticking up above her page. So I wanted to make sure that I included that. She has lots and lots of little tiny elements tucked in her layering. So I wanted to make sure that I have that as well. Now, my layout, I did not use any foam dots. Now, to be honest, I don't have any foam dots to use. I have been using my extra, or my, not extra, what are they called? My negative bits from my chipboard pieces. They've been working really well until I can place a foam order. But I really wanted to challenge myself to use what I had. And those chipboard pieces are perfect because of the fact that they are indeed the same thickness as part of the chipboard elements that I'm adding to my layout right now. So I thought, perfect. I do try to wrap my clusters around just like Victoria did. I love all my little clusters that I make. I try to make it cascade down to the layout, so I'm making almost like an L shape. I have an element going across my page and then a little bit trickling down from the upper left of my cluster down to the lower right, kind of like what Victoria has. Now my pieces are a little bit on the bulkier side than what she uses. She seems to use light and airy. I would like to revisit this layout if I ever do end up with another frame collection from 49 and Market like she has. I've only ever gotten one just to see what it was about because I don't really know what to do with frames. And I did want to incorporate the frames from the Nature Study cluster kit, but they just were all the same size. So they didn't give the illusion that Victoria's had across her page. My photos are also larger than Victoria's, so she had a lot more playroom than I did, but I do end, like I said, I do end up really liking what I've created here. My title is going to go right there with the word gone, but I do want this subtitle that says, "This is my sign to take a walk," because yes, once arrows are expensive. I'm just saying. I think they're about $7 a shaft, and then you have to also have the fletching put on and the nocks put on. And the reason why they're sold that way is because every archer picks different colors. So you could have a black shaft with, red nocks and green fletchings, or green nocks and green fletchings. And then, of course, the third fletching is always a different color as well, because you've got the two that are one color and one that is off. So yeah, it's on the different side. So they have to be made, and that's what makes them a little bit more expensive. Some of them are even to the point where they are almost $12 an arrow. And so it's just one of those things where, once you ruin two, you're in at about $25. And so let's walk away. Let's see if I need to adjust my sights and whatnot, all that good stuff. I know that I start out at 20 yards. And then once I start going wonky, I know to bring it in a little bit and then start playing with my sights more than I do, just shooting my arrows and ruining more. I currently have 3 arrows that are out of commission because I hit that leg of the sawhorse one too many times, and realized that my sights are out. Of course, it took 3 times, which it shouldn't have. I should have only done it twice. But when you're sighting in your arrow at that many yards, you definitely need to have those practice arrows and whatnot. So, and every arrow is also made towards the archer themselves, because no 2 bows are made the same. Every single one of them is adjusted and set to sight per archer, in case you guys are curious about that. So each arrow is a different length based off of your arm, your pullback and whatnot. And so, anywho, just thought I would throw out that useless fact about archery. But yeah, it can become a very expensive sport, especially if you miss. And so this is definitely something that I wanted to document about. I did get quite a bit of fussy cutting in that I wasn't aware that I was going to be doing. So I was happy about that. And like I said, I love the layout, but something seems amiss. So if you guys know what the layout is missing, let me know and I'll add it to it. But I do love how the layout turned out. I love all the little clusters that I added to it. Maybe it was the cluster over on the corner that I added that should not have been there. But if you look at Victoria's layout, she also has that cluster over there, but she also has an empty frame, and maybe that's what I was missing is that empty space over on the upper right side. So anyways, thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I truly appreciate it. Be sure to check out the other ladies playing along with Off the Board. Their links are down below. And then of course I have the 2 Scraptember links. One is for the Facebook group and the other one is for the playlist. And thank you. I'll check you again later. All right. Bye.